Hello and welcome back to the channel. You join us today with some WWE 2k23 My GM mode. The idea for this challenge is you want to build up Elias throughout the course of the save, from where he is in real life, a glorified jobber, to main event in WrestleMania. But as with everything we do on this channel, we want to have a little hint of realism in it. So we'll watch and see if Elias can win titles along the way and build to be a main event star, that I believe he should be. We start as Eric Bischoff on SmackDown and we'll be competing against Tyler Breeze at NXT, Stephanie at NXT 2.0 and Kurt on Raw, with normal difficulty, max budget and snake order. So feel free to pause the video, look at the draft, see who we got. Elias was our first pick, and I feel like we did all right for the draft. Could have been better, could have been worse. We start with our champions, so Kevin Owens becomes our SmackDown champion, and Asuka became our Raw champion. We used the Birth of Legends card and got 6 popularity to a bunch of superstars, bringing in Captain Grog and Penelope Perfect as free agents. So our first card, we saw Elias and R-Truth become the tag team champions in a 3.5-star great match. Kevin Owens then became a heel. I felt like we had far too many faces on the team. Gigi Dolan and Penelope Perfect had a match. It was a disappointing match that wasn't, kind of what you expected. We then had, the typical call-outs, building what's it. Lacey Evans and Shotzi then took on Raquel Rodriguez and Nikita Lyons in a tag match for the women's tag team title, in which Shotzi and Lacey became your tag team champions and created a rivalry. We then had a charity from Tyler Bay, and the main event was a tables match between Jinder and Butch for the Intercontinental Champion, which saw Butch become the champion. In a 3-star match, wasn't the greatest event. We did all right. We got good booking. Could have been some improvements there, but feel free to pause along the way to look at who's picking up the most amount of fans and how much money's coming in. We started well. We look to continue to do that. We got a To The Moon card as well that I'm pretty sure we used. But as you can see, we start top. Feel free to pause back then. Our second card of the night of the is a opening match between the tag team champions, losing to Nikita Lyons and Raquel Rodriguez in a surprise loss, considering they just won the titles. We then have Captain Grog versus Butch in a title match. Kind of felt like I needed to throw something on because it was such an odd match. But Butch gets the win. We then have Elias, which is the tag name that I'm giving them, taking on Creed and Jinder Mahal, and Elias wins again in an okay match. They're kind of solid as they go along. I had a really poor promo there from Gigi Dolan, and the main event was Asuka versus Penelope Perfect with Rhea Ripley running in, but she couldn't do anything to overcome Asuka there, and it was a poor match. But you feel free again to pause, as we'll do each week. The third card, we started the card with a steel cage match between Asuka and Rhea Ripley, and Rhea Ripley gets the win, building up to what assume will be a very big title match at the pay-per-view. Gets himself promo for Elias. We then do a triple threat match between Tyler Bate, Captain Grog and Akira Tozawa. Tyler Bate wins, and the match does not go down well, as you'd kind of expect. And then we have another tag match, typical tag match, just in the mid-card, trying to build up their feud a little bit. And we see that Lacey and Shotzi get their win back in this to and fro that they have had. Then have R-Truth delivering a promo for some charity, get some fans in. And the main event is Kevin Owens versus Jinder Mahal, but Dexter Lumis is running in. But he is unable to stop the 1-star doll match, and Kevin Owens retains a win. And I think he's unbeaten at this point. So, it's not a bad start for him. We then go into the 4th week just before the pay-per-view. So we start with Penelope Perfect and Asuka in a tag match between Rhea Ripley and Gigi Dolan. The idea was to build up the fact that all 4 of them were win rivalries with each other, but it ended up causing a tag team rivalry, which was not ideal. We then had Butch call out Captain Grog in a weak promo, and then Kevin Owens, just a random mid-card match against Akira Tozawa, in which Dexter Lumis does cost Kevin Owens the win, but it was still an awful match. We then have Elias versus Creed and Mahal, and Creed and Mahal pick up the win, and you think, oh, this is, there hasn't been too much of a rivalry building, which has been a problem. And then the main event is a steel cage match for between the tag champions and their challengers. A really nice level 4 promo. going into what is the pay-per-view, and we get everyone coming in here. You know, we're keeping track, but we start with a backstage brawl between Asuka and Rhea Ripley. It's a 5-star legendary match in which Asuka retains. We continue to build up Gigi Dolan and Penelope. We then have Elias versus Creed and Tozawa, in which we have new tag team champions. Is this a singles run for Elias now? Do the usual charities. Butch versus Mahal for the Intercontinental Championship, and Jinder comes out the winner, which wasn't ideal. I didn't expect that, but it works. We then have a Hell in a Cell for the women's tag champions, and Nikita Lyons and Rodriguez come out with a 4.5-star classic match, which is absolutely outstanding. And then the main event, Kevin Owens and Dexter Lumis finally get their hands on each other in a TLC match, and Kevin Owens delivers a 4.5-star classic. Here are the other matches from the other shows. Feel free to keep an eye on it. And that's going to bring us close to the end of the episode with a couple of little things coming in. We get our shake-up, and we also get Elias and Brutus Creed. Creed wants to main event, and Elias wants his rematch clause. But that is going to bring us to the end of the episode. And if you've enjoyed the episode, please make sure you smash that like button down below and hit that subscribe button to keep up to date with any future episodes. Make sure to check out the socials in the description. Maybe even feel free to check me out on Twitch. I stream on Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays. I have been Justin, and you have had just enough.